Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay guys, I got a post here from the Hedera Foundation I thought I'd share with you because once again this is just showing you what HBAR can do and the types of use cases that this can bring that wasn't, once available. So I want to get into this and then I'll share my thoughts. So it starts and says, through the Hedera Guardian, Fairfood is driving fair verified payments throughout Indonesia and Uganda. For 4,000 plus farmers on the ground, this means verifiable income records and a means of accessing microloans and other financial services. Smallholder farmers form the backbone of global food systems, yet too often they're the last to benefit. By linking payments to Hedera's public ledger, Fairfood makes each transaction traceable, verifiable, and tied directly to farmers. This builds trust and financial inclusion from the ground up. Farmers gain verifiable income records they can use to access loans, better contracts, and digital receipts that confirm fair compensation, all secured on Hedera. The engine behind it all is the Hedera Guardian, an open source policy and methodology workflow engine that turns raw data into auditable evidence. Every sustainability claim, carbon credit, or payments can now be traced and verified. Fairfood's partnerships with Dole, Sukafina, and Verstagen are putting this into practice, from coffee in Uganda to spices in Indonesia, embedding fair and transparent systems across entire supply chains. Example 1. In Indonesia, farmer cards and QR cards let nutmeg and pepper farmers record transactions offline, get paid fairly, and connect directly with consumers who can trace products back to the source. Example 2. In Uganda, farmer cards and digital mapping are preparing coffee cooperatives for EU deforestation regulation compliance, while ensuring thousands of farmers receive verified payments. The result? Verifiable payments that strengthen livelihoods, enable financial access, and anchor carbon benefits to real farmers and real data. Trust becomes a shared asset, not a marketing claim. From farmer cards to carbon markets, Fairfood provides that Hedera can scale impact across the globe. Verified data, fair payments, credible sustainability. Incredible stuff, guys. Really great. So, this is what I like, as I've said to you before, guys. When I do look at crypto technology and HBAR, obviously, we're all here to make money. We can all acknowledge that. But I do like just seeing the things that it can do for people's lives as well. I like to just see the human element of it as well, the way it's going to benefit people's lives and make their lives easier. And Uganda and Indonesia, places that may not have had this type of technology before, these kind of things, it's actually making their lives way more better and accessible through this technology, right? And so, this is where I look at it from, yes, this is going to add value because once again, these countries are going to want to use this technology because, of course, this is stuff that they probably couldn't do point blank period before, right? That's it. They couldn't do it whatsoever. And now this is giving them access to things that they never once had at all. So this isn't even an upgrade for them. This is something that they never had. And so this is where, this is going to completely change, countries, industries. We know this, right? And so when I see the benefits that this can bring, and it wouldn't surprise me if Indonesia and Uganda just completely adopt HBAR on a big scale, because if they're seeing this kind of stuff that it can do just through this one use case, well, what else can it do for them as a country, right? What more things can they do? And we know that HBAR should I say, has numerous different types of use cases that can be accomplished with the token, right? Hedera can do multiple things as a network. And so, when I just think about the benefits here and seeing what this is going to do for the farmers, this is going to be something that's going to open a lot of doors. And these are just 2 countries that they're speaking of at the moment. This can expand to multiple other countries, right? And this is what I've said to you guys before with the Hedera Guardian, right? In terms of the whole carbon thing. Hedera is just going to dominate in that area. I'm pretty convinced of that, because at the end of the day, Hedera is the most carbon friendly network. So when it comes to this type of stuff in terms of carbon credits and all that kind of thing, and deforestation, you know, all that kind of thing, like anything to do with just trying to make the country more globally efficient, right? Like in terms of like global warming and trying to, you know, reduce our carbon footprint, all that kind of thing. Like I just see that, you know, Hedera is just going to be the network that really dominates in this sector, because it is the most carbon friendly network. So it just makes sense, right? Like that's not, you know, it's not a leap to say that. I'm not like reaching when I say that. Like it's kind of common sense, right? Like it would make logical sense that if you're any type of company who value trying to be as carbon negative as possible, you'll go on the most carbon friendly network, which is Hedera. So, you know, like this is kind of stuff that I'm showing you that, to me, like this is stuff that people will appreciate, right? And knowing that, you know, the incentives that we have in terms of trying to go as carbon friendly as we can, you know, like this is the stuff that I think will bring a lot of companies and institutions to Hedera. Like I think it stands to great benefit from this kind of stuff, and we can see the benefits as well as to what it can provide in terms of the utility aspect of, you know, changing the industries as well. So it's not just the carbon friendly thing, which is a big enough thing in of itself, but it's also the other aspects of what you can do with the technology too. So you're getting kind of like a win-win in that way, right? You're winning on both sides. So yeah, I absolutely think this is great to see. So I do think this is something that will play a big part in terms of like the value, because of the fact that, you know, HBAR can do these types of things, and industry is looking at these types of, you know, specific points like carbon friendly, etc., carbon credits, blah, blah, blah. All this kind of stuff is where you're going to see Hedera shining, right? And so if you're a company that has that same type of goals and aspirations in terms of, you know, bringing down, you know, the carbon footprints that you have as a company, then this is obviously the logical choice. So yeah, I think this is really great to see. I'm really impressed with this, and I'll definitely keep an eye on it to show you like what this has done overall. So hopefully they'll give more updates, and I'll be sure to give them to you. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell. Take care.